in my in the database. That's what I'm talking about is words and phrases.
Hmm. I don't know if I've been
You understand
actually
what I mean?
broadcasting this
Yeah.
this whole thing on YouTube. It's like it received the stream.
No, but you have it on BeerTube for
It's
sure.
on BeerTube
I
and
saw
it's
that
on
there.
Twitch. Oh well, it's okay. It'll get uploaded. It'll get uploaded to YouTube anyway. It's
Oh,
bizarre.
it just
I
just
cause I just
uploaded on my phone.
I just clicked it. I just clicked it on. I don't know. It never did that
Oh,
before. Yeah, it never
there
used
you
to
go.
do that.
You never started.
Eh, well, it had a start now
It's like,
button that never
all right,
came up before. It would just start the stream.
it must be some sort of update
I
they
don't
didn't
know.
tell you about.
I don't know. It's kind of stuck because you know how they had the new what do you call it? The new YouTube Studio,
Yeah.
and they had the old version.
Yep.
One or two of my accounts like basically have the old version still, and I think it got caught somewhere between. Mm, Fucking I can't wait to like completely say bye bye to YouTube. But I mean, stop using it, not entirely, but like just use it as an endpoint for the videos, and that's it. Like kind of what I'm doing now anyway. But um, I want to talk about live shows actually, like audio wise. We got radio at Echelon Publishers Galactic Network all set up finally. So you guys want to do live shows, I'll show you how to connect, and you guys can do shows anytime you like. Give you your own channel, the whole bit, and yeah. So if you want to get back into the into the driver's seat there, Doom, man, we'll set you up. And it doesn't even have to be video. It's just you can just do an audio cast, so you don't have to even worry about the visual dimension. However, it's there if you need it, and we're doing that now to prove it.
Cool. Yeah,
Right on.
I have to marinate on it a little while.
For sure. I'm going to be bringing back a couple of oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to be bringing back a couple of shows here. I've been so deep down a rabbit hole working on a couple of projects with basically decentralized social media platforms that work just like the big fellas, and you know, without all the super crap.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and pretty good. I mean, as a tester, I find the interface very like inviting.
Yeah, like you don't have to relearn anything new, really, do you? It's just like it's a little bit
Not
different,
really. It's like
but
different buttons, different names sometimes, but same kind of structure,
you're getting
same
the
idea,
same
and that
layout
where
basically. Yeah.
you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to think too differently on what to do and how to do it.
Mm-hmm. But we got what gone and done is I installed what's called Mastodon, and it uses a peer-to-peer network called ActivityPub, and it's basically like a public API that interconnects certain social media platforms. Now, these are all open source platforms. So if you know anything about programming or whatever, it's publicly available. So you can look at the source code and see what's in it. Um, all these other companies like, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, what have you, they're all data mining all the time. Um, I've gone and installed these bits of software. I don't want your data. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you guys could use it, free of worries. I will be setting up VPN services as well, because we'll be doing secure streaming, like for our TMP, for gaming networks and things like that. That's what we're looking at doing going into the future. Now that we got all of this stuff working, I'm a little bit more comfortable dealing with streaming server technology. So that's what I plan on turning into a business, for a business model, if you would. But yeah. So what are you doing for business now there? Hey, do? Are you just working a job, or are
Yeah,
you gonna
I
wanna do
was
something
working at
online?
Yeah, I tried that, and I was gonna make a video on that. They tried to pull an internet scam on me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, she.
I went on one
That
of those
sucks.
headhunter networks. Thanks, man. Yeah. I mean, my neighbor comes over with a couple of joints. It's like, yeah, okay. We just finished the first one. All right, this discussion's gonna get really good now. But yeah, um, yeah. I'm just looking at the whole Facebook thing. Eh, They're kicking people off just for posting things that go against. Like they don't even have to be like unfactual. If somebody just flags it now, like it puts them in like the bad boy box over on Facebook, and then like it's like then everything you post is throttled or it's moderated or someone has to approve it. You know what I mean? It's horrible what's happening with all the other social media, and that's another thing that I won't be doing. But I think it's time to teach the world how to decentralize and start doing these services. Like, if not doing them
I don't.
themselves, but taking part with those that are. You know what I mean? And we don't have to deal with these big companies anymore.
I don't think
Yeah.
YouTube realizes that by doing what it's doing, there's going to be like a kind of a public outcry, which creates the diffusion, and then a lot of people are telling people to leave YouTube anyway. So it's
Yeah.
like obviously a lot. I would say like probably 70% of YouTubers are us. You know,
Well,
like
yeah.
because the rest of the people are real.
I'd say that's
They're out there.
inaccurate.
They're doing
I'd
stuff.
say it's more like we're about maybe 28 to 30%.
Yeah.
And the rest is like cat videos and
If
you know
we,
dance videos and
if
like
that were true,
there's
I'd have
not
more
Music
very many of
videos,
subscribers.
those.
how-to videos.
They're just
Do you realize how many how-to videos, how to repair this car, how to repair the sewing machine, how to make a fuel system to get
I
max?
understand that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying the viewership is the same people. Like so the people that are watching those that you're talking about are also watching us.
Yeah, but also
And
to
then you have the
remember,
other people that are
you're
just
only
watching those.
you're only
Okay?
ever
They're gonna
discovering.
lose those people
Yeah,
that were watching those and were watching us. They're
yeah,
going to lose those people.
and
So they're losing half of their viewership, and
It's
that's
not
going
what
to
also
this
be
is
a
remember
public
about. They
you're
don't
outcry.
care
only
about that.
discovering the videos that are
It
in
hasn't
the
happened yet.
algorithm.
It's going to happen. Yeah.
You're only gonna ever scratch the surface of the number of actual videos that are out there, though, because you're only gonna see what the algorithm selects for you. You know, you can filter it all you want. At the end of the day, it's still going to be the YouTube algorithm that determines what videos you access. You know what I mean? Unless you specifically search for something that's there or specifically linked to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying when they get rid of the people that people watch,
Yep.
that gets rid of them,
Yeah. No, that's true.
the
No,
people that are watching,
that's
because
true.
a lot
That's
of
true.
those people don't even have accounts. You
Yeah.
know, they're
I was
just
referring
watching,
to what you
and a
said
lot of and the
originally.
ones that do have accounts
Yeah.
don't post anything.
Oh yeah.
So they
Well,
lose
see,
all those
here's
people.
no, but do you remember though? I know Doom will remember this. Is that there was a time when Google bought YouTube, they forced all of the YouTubers to create themselves Google Plus accounts. So
An account.
they kind of basically
Yes, I do remember that.
they had double the data for that purchase. Right off the hop by forcing all the new users to get G Plus accounts. So that's how you ended up with all these empty YouTube accounts, because that kind of they got doubled up at one point
Right.
in the
Yeah,
database
and
anyway.
then they
Yeah.
took down what do you call it, the G Plus, and they still kept the accounts,
Of course they did.
but nobody was
Yeah,
posting on
of course they did. Just
it,
because
so nobody's using them though.
all it is
They're
a
just
front
there.
end. It's just a front end of a website. The database, they didn't do anything with the database. They took the database. They got the data still. They just don't have a front end to show people. They took the website down. That's all. That's all they did.
Right.
They just removed the front end so nobody can access it. You know, that's all that means.
What are
But
we
if
actually
these
talking
people are
about here?
successful at getting people to actually get off of YouTube, then that
Oh, they
would
got
work.
rid of Google
It's,
Plus there.
for
Doom.
if they're bigger, you know, they have a big following, that kind of thing. If not, then not really. Anyway, go ahead.
What?
What? Do you know? Thrift shop, man. Come on, dude.
That's a great song.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why, you know, I don't get into all that freaking, dude. It's we're actually starting to get off the rails a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Well, going back to the whole social media thing.
Well, go ahead. Put us back on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like the whole thing is that it's not much to, like, you know, rent a server. Yeah, I mean, you could just join my thing that I started up here. I got 3 other sites that are going. I wanted to go on about them a little bit more, but I'm actually going to be coming out with a series of videos to show people how it looks like to use it, how easy it is to set up, how hard it is if you don't want to set it up the way that they tell you to, like I did. Um, but I digress. It's
Mhm.
there's a lot to it, but it's also very simple. Like as far as using it goes. You know, my buddy Sean, he jumps on there. He had a look around and he's like, holy shit, you know, like Blitter works just like Twitter, but it's a lot easier, you know. I'm like, yeah. He goes, but you just need more people on there. I said, yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it. But
Oh yeah, they got Gab that's kind of like that too, sort of.
well,
Yes.
Gab, actually, the software that Gab uses, I'm not sure the actual the name of the software. It eludes me right now, but I was reading up on it. It's based on one of these open source projects as well. It's the same kind of a concept. It's just a slightly different presentation. I can't remember which one it's. I think it's trying to be like Instagram, is it, or WhatsApp or one of those?
I don't know. I feel like Twitter. It's supposed to be like
Twitter.
Twitter.
It could be Mastodon. It could be the same. I'm not sure, but it would be a customized version, right? And here's the thing: is if you know anything about programming and interface
Yeah.
design and what have you, you can go right up to GitHub, download the project, and just start whacking away. Boom, 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 boom. Start typing away and start coding your own fork of it, right? Because all the heavy lifting's been done. All you got to do is customize it and then make it do precisely what you want it to do. You know, you've got the nuts and bolts right there in front of you, and you know, people are, you know, I'm sorry to say this, anybody listening that feels offended by this, but there's been a lot of whining, you know, oh, there's a little too much censorship on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, and oh, I'm being censored and blah blah blah. Okay, you know, they're asking for another solution. They want another platform. It's like, okay, A, I just created one for you. Quit your whining. B, if you don't like that, I can show you how to do it yourself. So quit your whining. If you're not going to quit your whining, then shut up.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm sick of hearing it. You know what I mean? People whining about wanting a platform. There's so many options. It's insane. And for the price of a cup of coffee, you can run your own little tiny virtual machine and fucking have an instance of one of these things running on a Google server. Just make it a one user thing that federates with the other servers, and boom, bada bang, you're connected. You're, you know, with the same kind of, you know.
But I think that people just are lazy. So like they're just waiting for it to be presented. So once it's you know there and stuff, and people are using it, and then there's and it's being talked about like in the truth sphere by other like bigger people, if you will, then they'll start moving over and they'll like check it out and they'll be happy because then they'll leave the other one. You know what I mean? It's like why would you go back?
Well, you know what? I mean, this wouldn't be a Truth Hurts podcast if I didn't say something that hurts, and it's true. I think people are you're damn right. People are lazy, and I think they're only happy when they're complaining, and that's it. I've come to that conclusion. People, you kind of suck sometimes. Stop doing that. But you know, though, a lot of them feel like they deserve something out of nothing. I mean, they got to get their participation badge just for showing up, you know, that kind of deal. Thoughts?
Well, like a shout out or something. Right? Like shout out to this person. Like, yeah, I got my kudos.
Shout
That
out,
kind of
you
thing.
fucking knob. I
I
don't know.
think when you hear your own shout outs from something
I'll send
that you
myself
like
a shout
admire,
out.
it like gives you dopamine rushes.
I'm gonna send myself a shout out just so
Like when you get
so I
likes and
feel
stuff,
good when I hear it. Because I'll listen to it. You know,
it creates
listen.
that feedback loop.
Yeah, if I can feedback this. Ah. I don't know, man.
It's like it's
I've
about
got a little bit
pleasure and
cynical.
then
I know I've got a little bit
reward.
cynical.
It's that pleasure reward system.
Yeah.
That's what Facebook is. It's a pleasure reward system. That's what YouTube is. It's a pleasure reward system.
Yeah, and people gotten used to it. It's a dopamine injection. I think it's
Exactly.
that's
So
pretty much.
same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of old news now, though. Really,
When you do shout out to this or hashtag that, it's
what,
like that's another
but
dopamine rush.
as true as that is, it's no different if for smoking or anything else. So I got that. But what makes me mad is when I hear things like Facebook is directly influencing those stimulation points. You know what I mean? Then we start getting into some territory. That's when things start getting a little bit out of hand. So I don't know.
Right. Well, when it starts like behavior, like swaying, like it sways your behavior from like your normalcy, like what you normally do. You wouldn't do that unless you were swayed to behave that way. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if you didn't add that in, that wouldn't equal out that way.
Oh, so wait, are we doing math right here? What are we doing here?
No.
He's a numbers guy. Okay, just nod and smile.
Oh, I can see you. There you are. Now I can do. You know what? I just closed down my browser and it brought me onto the what's called. Now I can see him right there. Okay, I got you. I didn't even know you could do that. Hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Howdy.
You know what? When I look at him, he looks like almost like a younger Patrick Dempsey a little bit.
Yeah. He's he does a cosplay character there from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I have my beard shaved, I'm George McFly.
Right. So
I got like the whole jacket and everything.
I hate to be a party pooper, but I'm gonna have to run here in just a moment.
I'm gonna be closing it out at this point too, because I got to get to
him the mic,
please, because I got I have to get over to this place right here because I promised my attendance. So
are you gonna be around a little later?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what? Let me borrow you for about an hour later on because I want to.
Okay.
I want to take do some screen shooting, but using the software that I've installed here. I'm gonna also cut the podcast a little bit short here. We had a no-show, so we're gonna have to see what happened there. Maybe we're gonna have to reconvene there, maybe tomorrow or at our next earliest convenience.
Well, it was a pleasure joining you guys, and I will look for you here in about an hour.
Yeah, sounds good, man. And it's great to have you. Thank you, Gematria Database, aka Conspiracy, aka Fear Porn Propaganda. Always good to have you.
Thank you for having me as well, and thanks for coming in. Doom,
my fucking co-host.
Awesome
I'm glad you showed up. Anyway, man. It's always good to meet on you, and we'll.
Was that what I am? I didn't even realize.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun, and truth hurts, and we'll see you next time. And that's a wrap. Stop streaming.